Now this is a massive bulb of garlic. This is actually called elephant garlic. That is so yummy. Today we are making a cherry tomato confit, which is one of my favorite condiments to have tucked away in my fridge. It is the perfect way to preserve summer in a jar, and it has so many beautiful uses, from a pasta sauce to using those cherry tomatoes in a pasta salad and then using the oil to create the most delicious dressing, or you can even just serve it on some toast with some beautiful cheese. Now, if you follow me, you will know that I absolutely love confit, and a more common way that you see me use it is to do garlic confit, but today we are using some cherry tomatoes. So confiting something is to preserve it. This is what it's traditionally used for, and you may be more familiar with something like a duck confit, and that's when we cook duck very low and very slow in its own fats, and you can preserve that meat for a couple of weeks. But with cherry tomatoes, we don't need as much time to cook them. We only need around 30 to 45 minutes, and we want to slow cook them in lots of beautiful extra virgin olive oil. We don't need a lot of ingredients for this recipe. We obviously need some cherry tomatoes, and you want to be confiting them when they are at their juiciest and their ripest. So buy them in season if you can, or buy them a little bit earlier than when you're going to confit them. So I've just let these sit on my bench top for a few days until they're very ripe and juicy, and this is the perfect time to confit them. The first thing we need to do is prep our garlic, because we are going to be adding a few garlic cloves into that cherry tomato confit. Not only is it going to beautifully flavor that confit, it's also going to be great use for when we want to make salad dressings or turn this into a pasta sauce. Now this is a massive bulb of garlic. This is actually called elephant garlic, and I've never been able to get my hands on it before, but I found some at the market the other day and I wanted to use it. I've been dying to use it, so we're going to use it today. Just going to cut that core off, because that's that woody part of the garlic, because that's not overly pleasant to eat, and peel the skin off. And because this is a little bit old now, that's peeling off beautifully at that massive bulb of garlic. Add the cherry tomatoes and garlic to a large roasting pan. These large cloves of elephant garlic will equal to 1 to 2 bulbs of garlic. We are using some fresh thyme sprigs and basil to flavour the olive oil and tomatoes, but you can add or leave out any aromatic that you like. Fully submerge the tomatoes and garlic in olive oil, making sure we push the garlic into the oil so they do not burn when baking. Season with a little salt and then bake for 45 minutes at 130 degrees Celsius or 265 degrees Fahrenheit, or until those tomatoes are jammy and the garlic is caramelized. We have had that in the oven for around 40-45 minutes, and as you can see, those tomatoes are still holding shape, but some of them have beautifully burst open, and that is what we want also, because those juices have released into the oil, and it's just going to make the most beautiful taste in any sauce, toasts or salads or anything that you want to use it in. Now that had a slow bubble to it when it was in the oven, and that's exactly what we want to see, just this beautiful slow little bubble, because that tells us that that olive oil is at the perfect temperature and those tomatoes and garlic are confiting, which means they're slow cooking and just getting nice and soft and jammy. We're going to put that into a jar, and then we're going to make a beautiful piece of toast with all of this tomato confit and garlic. Add the tomato confit to a sterilized jar along with all of that deliciously infused oil. This will keep in the fridge for several weeks, or you can also freeze it. I also like to add some fresh herbs to the jar to really amplify the flavor, and I also think it looks very pretty this way. Grab a piece of sourdough and drizzle with olive oil. Place into a pan on a medium to low heat and cook for 3 to 4 minutes on each side, or until it's golden and crispy. Low and slow is key here for getting that golden crust. And this tastes like a huge crouton. So you know when you get a salad and you've got these beautiful golden croutons sitting on top, when you fry your bread in olive oil, it's gonna taste like a big crouton, and that is just the best taste. And it's perfect for when we wanna make a beautiful piece of toast. I'm gonna start with some of that elephant garlic. One big clove of garlic is gonna get smeared on. Then we're gonna do some goat's cheese. You could do any cheese that you want here, like ricotta or burrata, but I've got some beautiful Meredith's Dairy goat's cheese that I'm gonna put on there. Those cherry tomatoes, a little drizzle of that juice with all the olive oil, and then just some fresh basil to finish it off. It's gonna be perfect. There you have it, a perfect way to serve that cherry tomato confit. But I do have so many other ways that you can use this up. Toast is just one of my favorite. And those tomatoes will keep in the fridge for at least 4 weeks. Sometimes you can push it out to 6 weeks, depending on how you're storing them correctly. But keep them in the fridge in a jar, always keep them at a cold temperature. Sometimes the olive oil will solidify, but that's okay. Just take it out and that olive oil will come back to its beautiful consistency. And use them any way that you like. Preserve summer in a jar. It is the best way to have tomatoes at their ripest during wintertime or even during summertime whenever you want to eat them. And now it's time for me to enjoy a little bit of that tomato toast. Yum, that's so good. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please click that subscribe button, leave a comment if you made the recipe, or if you have any questions. I read them all and I try to get back to every single one of you. I will catch you all next week.